Hey guys, what is up? MegaNerd Squad here, and today I just wanted to give you my little spoiler talk on spoiler kind of video on Scream 7. It's been a weekend, so definitely check out my non-spoiler review if you haven't seen the movie yet. I go over my ratings. I give you my score with the movie, whatever, out of 10. If you guys want to see that, go check that out. This video is going to be raw, unedited, just talking about spoilers about the movie. So if you haven't seen the movie, please go to the non-spoiler review. And yeah, if you guys are enjoying the videos, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Leave a like. Really helps out the video and the traction it gets. I know we haven't posted in a few years, but officially back. I'm going to be doing a lot more trailer reaction, a lot more movie reviews. So definitely should be a lot of fun. But first of all, Scream 7. Kevin Williamson is his first time directing Scream. He's the original writer of Scream, and this movie delivers on everything. If you guys seen my non-spoiler review, I touch on some things that I couldn't say, but right now I'm about to spoil all of them. Just like the stew coming back as AI. I want to know what you guys' thoughts on that because I thought it was a decent idea. It was a good way to make the audience think that Stu was back because they actually had him video call Sydney at various points in the movie on the phone, on her computer, and it made it look really like if Stu was alive, and all the scarring and all everything that Stu looked like, it looked like he survived a TV fall. So that's was the one of the big plot red herrings of this movie is they're trying to make the audience think that Stu was alive, which he actually wasn't. It was AI, and you kind of get a hint of that when when Sydney's daughter, her boyfriend in the movie, he kind of has his laptop in one pivotal scene in the movie where they're getting attacked by Ghostface. She sees Ghostface at the bar, at the pizza place, and he is literally working on an AI version of Stu just to see if it's possible and if that's all a hoax. And he does it, and she thinks he's Ghostface. So, yeah, he gets knocked out, and then he dies later in the movie, unfortunately. But yeah, that was one of the biggest plot points of this movie was trying to figure out if Stu was actually back or he wasn't. And obviously he wasn't back. He died a long time ago. It'd be really interesting. I think that what hurt this movie the most is they've tried to play so much into that red herring that Stu was alive that it kind of hurt the reveal of the killers because everyone I feel like it would have worked better. The movie would have been better if it was revealed that Stu was actually back. I know why they didn't. They don't want to kind of retcon anything. They don't want that big of a reveal to be revealed until maybe a later movie. Who knows? But even in the beginning scene, the guy at the beginning, he literally says, "Oh, did Stu Marker really die?" And they keep hinting at that at the beginning of the movie in the intro scene, and they hint at it throughout the movie as well. But I gotta say, it's a clever plot point, and it unfortunately hurt the ending more than it should have. And we'll get to that in a second. But I want to talk about the kills first. There are some brutal kills. We all know, first of all, we all know who the killers are. It was Sydney's next door neighbor, the mom, and the guy she worked with at the psychiatric facility where he lied about seeing Stu. And obviously, a third killer that gets killed very early on in the movie is just another person at the psychiatric facility too that Anna Camp plays as the killer that they all worked under her. So she was the main mastermind behind it. And just because Sydney wrote a book and she got jealous. Okay. Yeah. But anyways, revealing the killers now. The kills in this movie were really, really good. There was one in particular that was my favorite. I kind of was not expecting this many people to die, but they did. It's not like it was a bloodfest. There have been more kills and more in other Scream movies. There's a lot more kills. This was a little on the lower end, But there are some people that I thought would survive to the next movie, or at least survive this movie, and one of them was uh, one of one of Tatum's friends, and she in the bar. She's the owner of the pizza bar. Her family owns that, and I really didn't expect her to die, but she did die, and that was a brutal way to go because she fell onto glass on and the glass shard went into her neck and made her bleed out. So that was kind of a fun scene. And before I get further into it, the kills, the twins, the brother and sister duo that works for Gale now. I don't know how they survived that. Honestly, I know they did it on purpose just to have them for future movies because they're a really good duo and a lot of people like the characters. I like the characters, so I did not want to see him die. But the way he literally survives Scream 6 and this movie. Like, this one wasn't as bad. But Scream 6, he got stabbed by two different Ghostface in that movie multiple times, and I have no idea how he survives that. But this time, Ghostface actually stabs him in the shoulder and throws him onto his sister, and they both survive because Ghostface doesn't finish him off. I guess there was no really motive to finish him off, but that's kind of like a plot armor right there that they didn't get finished off. But it was still a fun duo from them. So I hope we see them back in the next movie as well, which I think they will. They're a big part of Gale's story now, so we'll see that in the future. They're gonna take over Gale's spot. So I'm interested to see with Scream 8, which is all but confirmed now, or well, not basically confirmed, but there's a good chance Scream 8's gonna happen. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how much of a appearance Gale does because after Gale and Sydney go into the TV station to do their interview, Sydney leaves because Tatum is getting chased by Ghostface, so Sydney goes running after her, and you don't see Gale for like the third act of the movie, which was an interesting decision because I get it was a Sydney and Tatum. They had to get that mother daughter ending to where they both killed the Ghostface, or both of them. But to have Gale sit out the whole third act of the movie, a little odd. But I do understand why it was catered more towards Sydney and Tatum's story. So it made sense that she would go get the twins that she was working with, make sure they're okay. So it ended up working out, but the Ghostface kill that actually was the best one that I think was literally Anna Camp's character. The mom, she literally killed her own son, which I didn't think she'd kill her son, but she ended up killing her son in one of the most brutal kills of the whole movie, which was on a beer tap that was literally like a spike. If you see the beer tap is like a little kind of diamond shape with a very sharp very sharp tip, and she literally holds his head, her son's head, and puts his head, slams it onto the spike, and goes through his head. One of the most brutal kills of the movie, and kind of crazy that they killed that character off. That character literally was the character for that loved horror, that loved Sydney's character in the movie, like literally everything about a podcast. You want to start his own horror podcast. It's just crazy that the mom killed her own son. I mean, I get it. She killed her ex-husband too, so it was just crazy. But Ghostface in this movie, like Ghostface, there's always a motive for those crazy Ghostface killers. And one other thing, Sydney's husband, I don't, I really don't know how he survived either. He got stabbed like 5 times and was bleeding out in plastic, and all of a sudden he's just wakes up okay in at the end of the third act. So yeah, I guess they really did not want to kill him off, but it looked like he was dead for sure. Like he was bleeding out for like the whole day. Like when he gets attacked, it's like afternoonish, and then when he finally wakes back up, it's night. So it must have been like 6 hours in between when he got stabbed, so I don't know how he survived, but that's another thing. that will let flip a little bit. Um, but the Sydney and Tatum storyline was actually really good. That was my favorite part of the movie. It really they really made it to where Tatum looks like she's gonna take over the Sydney role, and that's what they were playing for. So eventually, when Sydney is not in Scream, when Nev Campbell is done with Scream, Tatum Tatum officially will become the new Sydney. So I mean, I'm okay with that. As long as they keep the Scream movies going, I mean, I wouldn't complain. But this movie in particular, Scream 7, felt like Scream 1 through 3. It felt like an original Scream movie. And I'm glad it did because the original writer, Kevin Williamson, is directing this movie. So he made it really feel like an original Scream movie, which I love because last two movies didn't really feel like that, especially 6. Even though I really did like 6, it didn't feel like a Scream movie. It felt like a really good slasher with some Scream elements and the Scream reveals, of course. But that Scream reveal in Scream 6 was not very good. Like, it was very predictable. Like, you could say this one was worse. But I really didn't expect the mother to be the killer either. So, this movie was fun. Sydney and Tatum's ending kill. Both of them shooting her in the head and blowing her face off was really, really awesome to see. And I had there's a decent amount of people in my theater on Thursday night, so they were all clapping and cheering when he said that. And when Tatum said she's Sidney Prescott's daughter, they were laughing and cheering at that as well. So that was cool. It was a good audience. So it was a really fun time. Scream 7, all the kills. Sydney's story continues. Gail's story continues. A lot of fun kills. I'm excited to see where they're going with this. So let me know what you guys think. Anything you want to talk about or anything, leave it in the comment section below. But that was a little spoiler talk. I just want to talk about the movie a little bit because it was a fun movie. And I'm excited for Scream 8. Probably going to happen if I had to assume. So definitely let me know what you guys think of the movie and what you thought about that's the Ghostface reveal and Stu not being back. What do you guys think about that? Let me know. And thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. We're doing a lot more movie reviews and trailer reactions and stuff. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.